Despite its safer bets, Faxon and Rash have made a fine movie perceptive, sensitive, and inoffensive. Original score, B-. A largely inferior American knockoff that's far less dynamic than the 2014 dark comedy it's based on. Original score, 2 out of 4. If you wished Force Majeure was less ambiguous, had more famous actors, and was in English, Downhill is for you. Original score, C+. As far as comedies go when it comes to both these leading actors, however, Downhill is ironically somewhere in the middle. Original score, 6 out of 10. There's maybe one ideal audience for Downhill, and that's the folks who have never seen or maybe even heard of the much better film on which it's based. Original score, C+. Edgy performances make this a better-than-average American remake. You impatiently tap your foot waiting for the belly laughs to come. They never do. Exactly what you'd imagine an American Force Majeure remake to be. Original score, 7 out of 10. Faxon and Rash's version gets just off-piste Force Majeure enough without ever truly going into the woods. Original score, B. While Downhill doesn't go that hard, it does have several aces up its sleeve. For one thing, the stars absolutely anchor the project, and their comedic chemistry is undeniable. Ferrell is quite funny in an understated role devoid of his typical over-the-top antics, and Louis-Dreyfus turns in a multi-layered performance as the malcontent matriarch of the family, full of rage, lust, fear, sadness and countless other emotions. Original score, 6 out of 10. Downhill, however, doesn't want to take any risks, and for a film about cowardice, its message is somewhat muted by its own reluctance to go to dark places. One excruciating 11-minute confrontation aside, the conflicts in Downhill lack the necessary messiness. Original score, 2 out of 5. Downhill shows audiences both actors are aware enough to play with expectations without totally abandoning what makes them the biggest stars in comedy. Original score, B+. Downhill is a remake that tries to prove its worth from merging the story with two distinct comic personas and seeing what they do with it, and each other. Original score, B-. Even at a svelte 85 minutes, Downhill still manages to drag. It feels like the SparkNotes version of Force Majeure, the source material simplified to the point of being barely recognizable. On the whole, not quite as good as Force Majeure turns out to still be pretty good. It questions what holds families together and what adulthood means in a time of indefinite self-fulfillment. It's unflinching and uncomfortable. And yes, really funny too. 4 out of 5. As always, be sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Be sure to smash that like button. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next video.